The 1313 Mockingbird Lane Vintage Halloween playlist crawl continues. Welcome to Up All Night DIY. I'm Monica. Thanks for joining me. This is a flashback to my very first YouTube video. There were a variety of issues with it, mostly audio, but I thought the project was too cute not to share, so I've redone the audio and I did some editing. Let's get into it. This is a two-part project. First, we're going to need some crepe paper in Halloween colors, some string, rubber cement, and scissors. I cut my crepe paper into 16-inch lengths, and I cut 2 black, 2 orange, and 1 polka dot. We're going to alternate them as we stack, and starting with the black one, I'll run a line of rubber cement down the center of the strip. Alright, this might look a little wacky in places. It was my first video, so... Once I get the glue on there, I'm going to put an orange layer right on top, and I'm going to make sure that it's really well adhered. So I'm using rubber glue because it's pliable. 3-in-1 or fabric glue would do too. I don't really recommend hot glue because it's not flexible, and we want this to be flexible, and we want to be able to adjust the paper if it goes wonky. Alright, so now we have 3 strips stacked. Next, we're going to cut a length of string, a few inches longer than the strips, so say around 20 inches or so. I'll run another line of glue down the center of the polka dot paper, then I place the string into the glue, pressing it in there. I'll add more glue on top of the string, and then I'm going to add a black strip and an orange strip. I fold the crepe paper in half, making sure that the string is at the center of the fold. And I'm going to grab an end and start snipping every 1/4 inch or so. I'll clip up to, but not through the string, the entire length of the crepe paper. We'll open up the crepe paper so that it lays flat and that the first layer is exposed. Grab an end and start twisting at each cut. I guess about a half a twist, all the way to the end. The best thing about making your own festooning is you can choose your colors, your length, and it costs pennies to make. There we go. We made our own Halloween festooning. For the shaker, I'm using a cheese box and a Dowel. I'm going to base coat both with 2 coats of AMERICANA Canyon Orange, both sides of the cheese box and the Dowel. I used a Laughing Cow box, and back when I made this video, they were all white, but I don't think they are anymore, so you might have to paint yours white first and then use your orange. When the Dowel's dry, I'll wrap a vinyl strip down and around the length of the Dowel, and I'm making sure it's really well stuck. Then what I'm going to do is apply 2 coats of CERAMCOAT charcoal over top of it, and then we're going to set it aside while we work on the jack-o'-lantern face. I'm drawing a very basic and simple jack-o'-lantern face on both sides of my cheese box. He's getting circle eyes, a triangle nose, and a half-moon mouth. I paint in the eyes and nose with CERAMCOAT charcoal. And I'm going to use my liner brush here to add some character lines to his eyes. His mouth will be CERAMCOAT white. I use my liner brush to outline before filling it in with 2 coats. I add white swirls to his eyes, give him that crazy Halloween look. Now we're going to float in some shading with AMERICANA Burnt Orange. I'm actually using blending gel here, not floating medium. Can you believe that? But either will do. So I prep my brush with the gel, side load by scooping the paint onto the corner of my brush. I load the bristles by stroking it on my plate. This gives me the fade to my color. And I'll start by adding the ribs of the pumpkin. So the paint side of my brush is where I want the darkest shading. Then I'll shade around his nose, under his eyes, and around his mouth, and then around the perimeter of his face. Now I'm going to repeat my shading, this time with CERAMCOAT Hippo Grey, exactly where I just laid down this orange shading. You'll see that in a minute. Okay, so I'll paint in his teeth and outline his mouth with Hippo Grey. I come in with Hippo and shade his teeth, especially in the corners of his mouth. Add some vintage character to this guy. And then we're going to set him aside. Let's peel the vinyl from the dowel to reveal the swirl. So on your cheese box, you might need to cut a hole at the bottom of the box. This one already had one, but I need to make it a wee bit bigger so that the dowel will fit in there snugly. Now I'm going to add a line of hot glue around the box and press the two pieces together. And I want to be sure that both faces are right side up. I painted black stripes and then white stripes around the edge. It's not really necessary because it's going to get covered up with the festooning, but I thought it was cute. And it's all about the details, right? I use a Sharpie to add some eyebrows, lashes, and character lines. I push my dowel into place, adding a dab of hot glue to make sure it stays. I gotta tell you, it was really interesting trying to re-edit this video. Okay, so next we're going to add some hot glue to the top, and then we'll add our festooning around the box, and we'll clip off any excess. It's funny looking back at these old videos. I've come a bit of ways, I think. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing, clearly, trying to film this. But, yeah, it was the very beginning. Okay, so added a little more glue there. Now we're going to add some ribbon to his dowel. I'm just making a scrap bow here. This was ribbon that I had left over from another project. And I'm going to twist the pipe cleaner around the center of the ribbon and twist it around the dowel. This bow is really good to use up any scrap ribbon you might have. Okay, let's get it on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'll pull the excess pipe cleaner around to the front of the ribbon and I'll curl them with a paintbrush handle. You know, I didn't, but you could certainly add beads or something inside the cheese boxes so that these actually rattle. But for me, they're just decorative, so I didn't bother. I'm going to add a glitter ball to the center for some extra fun. And that's it. Our shaker's done. I still pull these out each Halloween. Yep, so this is the video that kicked off my YouTube journey. I hope that you liked the Flashback project. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and all that good stuff. And please do stay tuned to 1313 Mockingbird Lane playlist crawl. Dawn of Shabby Meets Bling is up next, followed by Annie. Stay creative, my friends. Thanks for hanging with me. See you next time. Up all night with Monica.